What's up, guys? It's Matters. We're going to go over a full comparison of the Black Ops 3 versions, Xbox One, PS4. We're going to go over full comparisons of the graphical differences, the frames per second, the resolution, stuff like that, and a lot of key points of what you would want in Black Ops 3 and what you would want in Call of Duty in general. So Eurogamer actually did a performance analysis on the Black Ops 3 beta for the Xbox One and the PS4. You have to set aside all the lag, everything like that. This is purely on the game when it wasn't lagging, when it wasn't having issues. So there you go. And they basically tested it, and the Xbox One version, okay, we'll just start off with that. It's running at a resolution of 900p, 1600 by 900 in comparison to last year's Advanced Warfare, which was running at 1360 by 1080. Eurogamer states that the lower resolution puts behind the PS4 version to the textures are harder to see at long distances, based on what they saw at the PS4, because the PS4 native 1080p 60 frames per second, you can see almost everything so clearly. Xbox One, it's going to be harder to actually see those defined corners, buildings, foliage, and distant objects. I guess in the map, basically in the multiplayer maps, and anything you're doing really. So this is definitely a huge deal when you're playing multiplayer, because it's just hard to see what you're doing, hard to see other people. I have a little quote here. This reduction in clarity also makes it harder to spot other players that are far away, particularly when they are crouched behind vehicles or lying down, prone in the scenery. Basically, they blend in, and everyone's just like freaking camouflage or something like that. Moving targets are obviously easier to see because they're literally moving at you, but stationary enemies tend to blur in with the surrounding environment based on the actual graphical differences, and since you can't see that far, everything just blends in together, and it's harder to actually see where the enemy is. This sucks for a lot of ARs and snipers and stuff, because they really can't see people head glitching and across the map, cross map stuff, in corners that you can't really if you're not in front of them, it's going to be hard to kill basically. This is going to affect people playing Xbox One in general, their actual game performance. When you're playing, it's going to be harder for you to play because you're not going to be seeing enemies as well, and you're not going to be killing. And you're going to be dying because the enemies are going to be, flanking you. They're going to know where you are, and then they're going to see, and they're going to move, or vice versa. Like, you guys are both not going to know what you guys are doing. So definitely, it's going to be really hard, and we'll have to see what actually happens here. Now, one thing is, the frames per second, they're trying to keep it both at 60 frames per second, so that may be a problem. The thing is, it's like, once you keep the Xbox One at 60 frames per second, you have to lower the resolution. It's just not that powerful enough to actually keep it at a higher level like the PS4. The PS4 can probably handle 60 FPS and then 1080p native resolution, nothing upscaled or anything, like the actual native resolution 1080p. It can actually handle that. But the Xbox One, you sort of have to mess with the settings a bit, mess with the resolution, and then you'll get your 60 frames per second. So it's weird, but it still will work. And yeah, see you guys later.